Welcome to Agoracom News TV. This is a show that we look through the various different news releases every morning and try to find you companies to do your research on, and ultimately hope to find some winners, that stocks that outperform. I'm Alan Barry Labucan. I'm the Chief Market Commentator for Agoracom News, or for Agoracom. And today I got a really big show. I've got 9 companies that had news out that sort of caught my attention this morning. So got a lot to cover here today, and I'm going to get right to it. First of all, we've got a company called Belo Sun Mining Corp. Belo Sun drills 14.09 meters of 6.32 grams per ton gold at their Volta Grande project. They had some very good numbers in there. As I said, they had one intersection of 5.88 grams per ton, or 5.88 meters of 8.0 grams per ton gold, and that's fairly close to surface as well. It was only 118 meters below surface. They had another hole that intersected 11.65 grams per ton gold over 11.65 meters, grading 1.91 grams per ton gold, and then 11 meters grading 2.08 grams per ton gold. What I've noticed in this project is that they've got a wide range from narrow, low grade to decent widths and high grade, or narrow to decent width, high grade, some narrow, low grade as well. So it's got a pretty good range of results there. It's a near surface type project. I'm going to look into the accessibility and the cost potential on this project, but it's definitely something I'm interested in. They have 265 million shares out, so they have $130 million market value, which isn't cheap these days. Their stock symbol is BSX.T. The next company to talk about is Colossus Minerals. Colossus Minerals announced that they're offering 44 million unit financing at 75 cents. They're in the process of raising in this financing $33 million. This is a very advanced company. They're moving forward on a high-grade gold, platinum, palladium, and silver project down in Brazil. It's a very interesting project. I've been following it for a long time. I followed it from the early discovery stages, and now they're nearing completion of building a mine. They talked about the proceeds of the offering are intended to be used to finance development expenditures at their Serra Pelada gold, platinum, group metals project, including the completion of their processing plant, to finance operating losses up to and including production ramp-up, and to finance costs associated with increasing the capacity of its dewatering system. So they've got a great project down there in Brazil. I'm a big fan of gold, platinum, and palladium, especially when it's high grade, and this project has a lot of very high grade material. This is a company that I think I have a lot of confidence in. As I said, they've got a high-grade gold, platinum, palladium project. Now they're raising plenty of money and will be going into production in the not-too-distant future. Their stock symbol is CSI on the Toronto Stock Exchange. The next company is LIO.T. LIO.T. drilled 2.3. The headline is 2.32 meters of 62.82 grams per ton gold at their Tavado project. This is from not an area that, or not a country that I follow very much, which is Fiji. They mentioned that this phase of drilling has included 37 step-out holes and infill diamond drill holes for a total of 8,000 meters. There's a quote from their chairman and CEO, Wally Barakuff, who stated, and I quote, LIO.T will continue to aggressively advance the Tavado project We look forward to updating our resource estimate to include Marua vein system, additional underground work, and diamond drilling, as well as further geotechnical studies and economic analysis with the objective of advancing the project to a permitting phase and commercial production, end quote. As I mentioned, these are very good grades coming from this project. It's hitting from very narrow to good widths of very good grades. It's kind of got a small resource so far. I think they're talking about 172,000 ounces of indicated, inferred 480,000 ounces. So to really get exciting, they got to keep building that, but now they're doing that drilling, and we'll see how their resource is updated. The stock symbol in that one is LIO on the Venture Exchange. The next release that I want to talk about is Almaden. Almaden's headline is Almaden hits 21.50 meters of 2.2 grams per ton gold equivalent at Ixtaca, Mexico. They had released the results from their continuing 2013 Ixtaca zone drill program at the company's 100% owned Tulajitic project in Mexico. The 2013 drill program is focused on expanding the known resource immediately along strike and to known mineralization adjacent to the current resource shell. So they're trying to expand the resource and within what is considered a potential pit shell. Highlights from the holes released included, and they have them here, 43 meters at half a gram per ton gold and 9.2 grams per ton silver. So that's a 0.7 grams per ton gold equivalent. They had another hole with 12 meters of 0.56 grams per ton gold and 91.4 grams per ton silver, which works out to a 2.4 gram per ton gold equivalent. And then they got a bunch more drill holes. You can find that table with all their drill holes on the website. They also mentioned that they have a plan map and relative sections on the website, and so if you look at that, you can sort of get an idea of how they're drilling from a top-down view, and then the cross sections give you a side view, sort of like cutting an orange in half, and then you can see if you cut it along continue to cut it along there, you can sort of see the three dimensions of what they're doing there. Before I started the show today, I did have a chance to look at the stock chart of Almaden. They're currently trading at $1.79. They had a very solid, they have what I think is a very solid chart. It bottomed in around the $1.20 level. And since then, it has been making higher highs and higher lows. This is much like what the trend is becoming with gold. This is what I would consider a classic sort of a recovery trend that's heading into a more bullish trend. So it looks like Almaden has some good performance ahead of them. Their stock symbol is AMM on the Toronto Exchange. The next company to talk about is Platinum Group Metals. They announced that 52 new platinum intercepts at Waterberg. They have a whole bunch of results here to talk about. The president, or one of the holes, had a 21.5 meter intersection of 5.14 grams per ton PGA, Platinum Group Metals, and a gold at their Waterberg project. There's a quote from Michael Jones, who's their CEO. He said, and I quote, "The Waterberg deposit has been significantly expanded with this new drilling beyond the previous resource estimate of 10 million ounces. The thickness and continuity of the F and T layers, combined with the consistent setting, structural contours, and metal ratios, all confirm a new important platinum deposit at Waterberg." End quote. So that's very encouraging. This project is in the Bushveld complex, which is in South Africa. Very well-known source of mining of platinum group metals for many, many years. They're doing definition drilling, which is nearing completion. They're working on an updated resource calculation. Once they finish that updated resource calculation, they just awarded a firm to do their preliminary economic assessment. The company has 400 million shares outstanding at trading at $1.02, so it doesn't have a cheap valuation, but excuse me, it definitely has a sizable resource of platinum group metals there, and that's very encouraging. Their stock symbol is PTM, and they trade on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Next company to talk about is Kennady Diamond. Intersects kimberlite. Kennady Diamonds, they intersected 73 meters of kimberlite at their Kennady Lake North project. This company is very interesting to me. I've followed diamonds for many years. They've got what it looks like a new discovery of kimberlite. They're getting kimberlite is the host rock that brings diamonds to the surface. What's interesting about this company is they're a spin-out from Mountain Province Diamonds. Mountain Province Diamonds, I just talked about them a few days ago. They've got the Gaucho Q project in the Northwest Territories that looks like it will become one of the next significant diamond mine in the Northwest Territories. And these guys have spun out all the surrounding ground around that discovery, and now these guys are finding kimberlites in an area that's known for diamonds. That's a very good combination. Kennady Diamonds stock symbol is KDI, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. With that one, we want to see what the diamond grades are out of this drilling, so that that news is pending. But this is a very interesting project due to its history and its location. Just like real estate, address means a lot in the business. Next company is Silvercrest. Silvercrest Mines announces the Santa Elena expansion pre-feasibility study, base case net project value of $247 million and 88% IRR over 8 years of mine life added. They talked about in this economic analysis, or their pre-feasibility work, total operating revenue of $684 million. From an estimated sale of 12.1 million ounces of silver and 262,000 ounces of gold. Total operating cost of $282 million. They've got some very nice numbers in here. Payback period of 1 year. Very encouraging numbers here. I have to do more homework on it, but Scott Drever, who's the chairman and CEO of Silvercrest, he had a quote, and I think this might shine some light on the project. We are extremely pleased with the results of the pre-feasibility study, which confirms our expectations that the transition from our open pit heap leach operation to a conventional mill and underground operation will represent a very attractive project with robust economics, even at current reduced metal prices. The 8-year mine life will give Silvercrest a strong corporate cash flow, providing a solid foundation for continued systematic and aggressive growth. We look forward to a banner year in 2014 with the commissioning of the new processing facility in the first quarter and the significant expansion of our annual metals production at Santa Elena. End quote. One other number that they pulled out of there from this that looked pretty interesting was they're talking about $11 per ounce silver equivalent cost of operating. That's a pretty low number, and I'm very bullish on silver, so I'm liking what I'm seeing here. This is silver projects are not easy to find. I'm very interested in this project because it is in Mexico. They've got very nice numbers in their pre-feasibility study. I'm going to do more homework on that too. They've got a lot to go over there, but I think it's one you want to do some homework on. I also had a chance to look at their chart before I went on the show today, and they have a strong bounce off their bottom. They are now trending into a higher highs and higher lows type of a trend, and it's the stock's looking pretty bullish right now. The stock symbol is SVL, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. Next company is Luna Gold. Luna Gold produces 18,000 ounces of gold in Q2 at their Aurizona project. This is in Brazil. Company's a new producer. They had some pretty good production numbers. You can find that on their website. They're also expanding their project. But looks like about a $50 million expansion expected in the late fourth quarter of 2013. You can find that news on the company's website. As I said, they're a new producer in Brazil. Been keeping an eye on this company for a long time now, a few years. I like that they're transitioning into a producer status. The symbol is LGC, and they trade on the Toronto Exchange. And the final news today, we've had a real big news day today on Thursday, July the 25th. I forgot to mention the date earlier in the program there. New Gold is our final news release, and they bought 89.2 million ounces or 89.2 million shares of Rainy River. They've got a takeover bid for Rainy River Resources. It looks like it's going through now. They've got 86.2% of the outstanding shares. And there's a quote from Randall Oliphant, who's the executive chairman of New Gold, and he stated, and I quote, "We are very pleased that the Rainy River shareholders have overwhelmingly supported our offer, and we welcome them as New Gold shareholders. The acquisition of Rainy River further enhances our portfolio through the addition of another exciting gold growth project in Canada. We look forward to continuing our work with the Rainy River team to integrate the project into our pipeline," end quote. I've been following New Gold for a long time. They are one of my picks in my Allen Berry reports. Why I like the company is they're a aggressive middle tier company that wants to increase grow into a much larger producer. They are a producer of gold and copper. I think they've got some silver in the mix as well. They're bringing projects into production on time and on budget. And as they're building mines, they're also taking over companies. A couple of years ago, they took over Richfield. Now they're taking over Rainy River. This is a very aggressive and well-run mid-tier producer that wants to grow and are aggressive about their growth plans. Lots of production here in Canada. A very interesting company. Their stock symbol is NGD on the Toronto Exchange. So as I mentioned earlier, we had a really big show today. Lots of companies for you to check out and do your homework on. Again, before you make any investment decisions, it's important to speak with your financial advisor and do your homework. I'm thankful that, and thank you for watching our shows here at Agoracom. We're really putting a lot of work into the news show these days to bring you companies that are worth doing your homework on, have news that's interesting. I try to give you my analysis of what I'm seeing from that news, and hopefully that helps you to find some winners out there. Again, you can check out the shows we're doing on Monday through Thursday. Today I did it about an hour and a half into the market trading, just because there was so much news to go over this morning. And on that note, I want to thank you for joining me today, and have a great day.